Yesterday, what we did wrong and what you did today.
No, one sec. To connect with yesterday, let's understand this was something which we did it. Okay. So it's proc contents data equal to it is HR data where we have used input function, correct?
Hmm.
So when we execute this and we check the contents, we see the new variables which have been created are now numeric. But if we see gross pay, it is still character,
Mhm.
correct? But
Yes.
then if we want, if you have seen this data set, gross pay is still character. See, and in case if we are going to make use of this gross pay to convert it into numeric, so we were doing it yesterday in this way, like gross pay is equal to gross pay, correct?
Yeah,
So
we
we were
create a
using,
We
rename.
change gross pay to
yeah, so
Correct.
we were doing it to character, correct?
yeah.
So we were doing it in this way. So comma,
No, actually, we used rename
After
yeah,
statement.
yeah,
say
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yes. I am just trying to give you this example about if we are doing this way, it is not working.
Okay.
Why? Because once the variable which has already been used in your processing and the same name you are using at your assignment statement, when the variable is already been established, how can one can change its type, correct? So in this case it was not at all converting your gross pay to numeric, even we were doing it with input. So gross pay on the left side you are telling it should be numeric, and gross pay on the right side is still character. Still, it was not showing any changes in your output, and the contents is the same, right? So when we check the log, we are getting a statement on about SAS telling it is trying to do the automatic conversion for numeric to character, correct? But our gross pay is still character, it is not converted to numeric. So the best way what we are doing is, let's make use of a rename data equal to data or rename data set equal to option. Why it's called as rename data set equal to option? Because we are writing this rename to only a specific data set to change the name of a existing variable. So we are going to change your existing gross pay variable. Suppose we are changing it to character variable, right? Suppose we are giving this name and we are using this here, right? Now, instead of using keep, I'll just put this like this, and let's execute this and check whether it is working. All right, first we'll see the content. See, now your gross pay is become numeric. So the variable which we have renamed was your character variable, which is still character. So when we see our data set, this was our original variable which we got renamed. So it's still a character, right? Same with hired, same with ID, but the ones which we have converted is employee ID, and this is was your gross pay. Now bonus is not calculated here because if you remember, this gross pay we
Correct.
have renamed it, correct? So we should have given this here the name, and now execute. So when we see the output, we get bonus gets calculated. Your higher date variable is been created, which is numeric, where your dates are now as SAS date, which is into number of days, and gross pay is numeric. So if we check here also, you will find these are all your converted variables. This is of course a new variable. This is converted variable, and this is your gross pay variable, which has been converted. Now, as per your requirement, we are going to keep only those variables which we are looking out for our output. Hence, we use this. So after keeping only this variables, we'll get all those which we have converted. So Yes, all are now numeric, including employee ID and gross pay. Fine. Now, before moving here and keeping this, if you have observed your data carefully, the output data set which was, or the input data set which we are using here, is called Orion convert, which also has a variable called code. Correct? Convert. Now this was your data set original, where we had ID, character, gross per character, hired character. Now this aim to change from character numeric we have already done. We had also got introduced to rename equal to dataset option. Now the thing is, we'll have to convert this, or we have to combine these two variables, and we'll have to make these variables into a common variable, which is simply a phone number, where you will have to put this code into parentheses and give your mobile number as it is. So this is our next scenario. So that is what we'll be looking here now. So this we had already seen with gross pay. So this was, it was telling that once a variable is already defined, we cannot change its type, though you have given the same name here and to the right hand side. Hence, we are going to make use of rename equal to dataset option. So this we have already done. Fine. So hence, we have also seen how it works in compilation. During the compilation phase of your data step, when SAS reads this rename equal to gross pay to character gross, so your gross pay in PDV is now renamed to character gross. And hence now this gross pay with this assignment statement is a new variable. Now because of this assignment instructions, it will create a numeric default. Its length is 8 bytes. And because you have dropped character gross, it is marking flag in PDV to drop this variable. All right, now this was our next continued scenario. Now the next scenario was with respect to this code and phone or mobile, where it's telling now in this data set it contains numeric variable code, which is your area code, and a character variable called mobile, right? These are two variables. Now what they require is, we are going to create a new variable called phone, which is going to concatenate these two values, and your numeric variable we are going to convert it into character with leading and with parenthesis. So we are going to create a character variable phone that contains the area code in parenthesis followed by your mobile number. Now, you know, we had already got introduced to one of our concatenating operators, where you have liberty to include this parenthesis. Hence, we know it, we can use that concatenating operator. But before working with, let's understand how SAS works with automatic numeric conversion to character. So for first try at creating phone variable, let SAS handle the conversion automatically. So from numeric to character, where you are including the special signs called as parenthesis. So hence with your concatenating operator, so this is what it actually is. Like moving back to this code, in case now we are moving here to create phone, which is going to be, you want to include parenthesis. So this parenthesis we are going to put it into opening parenthesis, which it is going to get concatenated with the variable called as code. Correct? Now again this will get concatenated with your closing parenthesis like this. Correct? And then this we are going to concatenate it with an existing mobile variable, right? So let's see how this is working here. So your code mobile, we are concatenating to create phone. So phone has been created, which is your new variable, which is character. So if you click this, it was by default length is 12. But if you see here, the values are getting concatenating. It's getting leading spaces and we did not provide space in between code and mobile. So before that, let's also include that this should get concatenated with space. Okay, let's check how it looks now. Now, of course, leading space, why it's coming, we'll see why it's coming. But this is what it's coming with leading spaces with your parenthesis. So here one space has been included and this value is coming with leading space. Now, why this is coming? So moving back here, we have done the same thing. So if we go back and check our log, so it's by default, we get a statement telling SAS is automatically trying to convert your numeric variable to character. So here it's doing automatic conversion. But the output, if you have observed, it is getting converted this numeric to character. But here we have leading blanks. Now, why this leading blanks are coming? So this is what it was telling. So why does SAS inserts the extra blanks before the area code? It's because when we perform automatic numeric to character conversion, SAS converts numeric values to character automatically when your numeric value is used in as a character context. So when any three of this, when we use it as a numeric variable into an assignment as if it's a character, SAS performs automatic conversion. Or when we use concatenating operators, or any functions that accepts character arguments. So if any of these situations we use with your numeric variable, SAS performs automatic conversion from numeric to character. So why we have leading space? So by default, when there is an automatic conversion occurring, SAS uses best 12 dot format, which aligns your character variables to right side. Now we know it's telling right alignments, it's resulting for your character values. Now because your numeric variable value earlier was numeric, it has three numbers. Now it has used automatic conversion, applies best 12 dot format. It's, its character, it gets right aligned and it has leading 9 blanks left. That is why we are getting the leading 9 blanks, or we get leading blanks in your current data value for your code. So
Because
how?
because the
Yes.
character default the character value is 12 byte,
No,
right?
no. It's telling it uses this format.
Okay, automatic. Okay, okay, got it.
It's automatic. It uses best 12 dot format. It's
Mm-hmm.
applying this format and hence it is telling right aligns the resulting character
Character
value.
value, got
That
it.
is why this numeric values gets right aligned, and that is why in our output, see, we are getting this all at right side and we are
Mm-hmm.
getting leading blanks. So how to overcome this? So to fix this, now we are going to use a put function which will use or which will perform your manual, or you can call it as explicit way of converting your numeric to character. So this is your numeric variable values. When you use put and apply a format, those becomes character. Now when you are now see that is 55,000, you are applying a format of $7 dot. That means it will add a dollar sign or comma sign. Hence this value will become character. Same goes with date. So this function is put on your source, apply a format. Earlier with input we were applying in format, here we are applying format. So this numeric variables are converted to characters in proc contents. So see dollar and see your dates, because it has special sign, it has converted to character. Same goes with put, we just use code source and its format is 3 dot. So going back to our program, on your code, of course we are going to concatenate this code. So on this code only we are going to use put function for this code, and we are going to apply its format of 3 dot. Now when we execute this, so this is what we are using, explicit way of formatting or explicit way of converting numeric to character. See, now the leading blanks are gone. And if you check, or here itself, if you check your phone, it's going to be your character variable, 14 characters. Code is still here, originally your numeric. So same, if we see the contents as a report, so these are all your converted variables. So your mobile is all original variable. Phone is one which we have converted to character, which is concatenated by code and mobile, right? So as per your business requirement, we'll keep all those converted variables in your output. So this is how it is. Fine. So that's it about with your put function. So this is our required. So this is what we had seen originally. Your numeric character concatenated a new variable with a space. So we can also use, apart from concatenating operators, we can also use cat functions to convert your numeric variables to character. So it's telling cat family of functions converts any numeric arguments to character string by using best 12 dot format, and then removing any leading blanks. No note is given to the log. So if you use any of your cat functions, so there it will not, or it will remove by default the leading blanks. So that is what it's telling. If you either use put function with concatenating operator, or you can use cat function directly, it will not give you any leading blanks. So see, they are applying, or they're giving this codes with space, and it is getting concatenated with mobile. So you're including your parenthesis, space, and mobile. So now you can write the complete SAS program to convert your your required data. So this is what it is. So they use this cat function here. That's it. So this is our required output. That's it. Any questions on this?
So it's
We can
easy to
open.
use cat function rather than
Yeah. Why they are telling
concatenation.
is here. So for example, if we had seen your data step, we were getting earlier the note about your numeric variable was automatically converted by character variable if we don't use put function, correct? So that's what they were telling here, that in case if I don't write this, or
Because here chances of missing sometimes that colon put or some
yes.
comma.
So it's all depends on the analyst, what you find is best way, you can use it. So we'll concatenate it with, first we'll write code and mobile. But before concatenating, we know with this, we are going to concatenate with, then this also, it has to get concatenated with this.
The first comma is also there before code.
No, this is one text.
Oh, okay.
This is cat text to be separated with your argument code. This you are including with closing parenthesis and a space, and your third argument separated by comma. So see, the message note that SAS is automatically converting numeric to character is no more there. That's what they were trying to tell you. That in case if you use a cat family function, it will not give you the note. Like with example, if I include it as phone 1 is equal to, I use the whole thing without using put function. Okay, concatenate all right. Now understand here. Okay, I'll just concatenate this. Something is missing. Okay, we dropped it, right? See this note. This we were not getting earlier. Now phone, because I've used here like this. Leave it. See this note. This we did not get when we had used cat function. That is what only difference it was telling us. So that's what it was telling, that in case if you use cat family function, it converts your numeric argument to character string by using default best 12 dot format, and then removes any leading blanks also. No note is written to log, which we were getting it like this when we use the concatenating operators. This note. Understood? I hope
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
With
Yeah.
cat syntax,
Mhm.
did we get space after parenthesis?
Yes, because I have given here.
Yes,
Just want to see in the output data.
Yeah, sure. Before checking output, see we don't get that note
Hmm.
of automatic conversion, and this is the space. Fine.
Yeah.
So you can try this. You can open a demonstration for this slide or for this example. Demo D23 for lesson number 5. D23. And you can always try this and this in your current demo.
what is the demo? 205 D
23.
205 D.
It's D23. Same thing, but you can try this too, which I have commented on my screen. So there's an exercise, but I'll leave this exercise for you as a self-study. Now with demo, you might have got a good amount of understanding of this. So moving back, let's work out with our next chapter, which is lesson number 6. Just a second. Okay, so now the next lesson is debugging techniques. Now you people are already quite familiar with this one of the technique which we have already seen, how one can check for the logical errors or a data error in your log by using this put log statement. So this is the put log statement which we are going to use in your data step which will help us to identify our logical errors. Now let's understand the same with the help of this business scenario. So it's telling a mailing list application at Orion Star is not working properly. Use debugging techniques to identify and correct the problem. So this is the data where you have the name of your employee, you have its address 1, address 2. Okay. So when this data was used, the output which is coming where you are extracting state and zip, you are not getting the exact state value, which is FL, 2 letters, it's coming only single letter. And the zip code is also not appropriate, which you are extracting from this address 3. All right. So sometimes you may get the output in your result on the code which you are writing. When you check your log, it's not giving you any type of special notes or warnings. Of course, there is no syntax error, so your data step is not stopping it to process. But when you see the output, your output is incorrect, but there is no message in your log. So when you see that the output which you have received on basis of the code which you have written is not as per your requirement, then you should be very much in the mindset to understand that it's going to be your logical error. It's somewhere where the logic which you're writing in your program or the instructions which you're giving to SAS is not confronting to the data values from your data. That is why it is not giving you the exact output. So this is where we are going to deal with how to work with logical errors. So that's what it's telling. Logic errors occurs when the program statements follow the rules and execute, but the results are not correct. No notes are written to the log, so logic errors are often difficult to detect. So this section focuses on identifying your logic errors. Now look at your code carefully and look at the output and check whether the instructions provided to extract state and zip is it correct. So if you could recollect from address 3 you are extracting FL, that is state, and zip code. So you have provided this instruction. For
So
state it is
it's
the
not
second
correct.
word. Yeah, from the state, from your address 3 you are
It should be
extracting
first
string.
and two, right?
No, first here is there. It's scanning from address which is city. So you
City.
get city correctly. But when you are writing scan for address 2, address 3, the second word separated by comma is state. Yes, it
Right.
is as per this instruction. It is there.
You want
And this
first
is
letter
the,
of the state, no?
so what you are getting is only
Number
M,
is
B,
incorrect, I
C.
think. No?
And
Yeah.
zip is also not coming all correct, though it is the third word separated by comma. Okay.
Mm.
So instructions are all fine, but you are not able to see the exact output. So what is missing? So to
Maybe length of,
understand,
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe length of that particular like state length we haven't mentioned. So
Okay,
maybe,
fine. So let's understand.
yeah.
So it's telling will debug this logical error with your put log statement, which you use in your data step. So what this put log statement does, it will show you the values of one or more variables and it will give you the message in log. Now, for example, you're writing put log and you're giving a statement in quotes found US. So it will put this statement in the log as it is. So this is the syntax for it. Okay. So if you want to see the way only for a single variable value, you can simply write put log variable equal to. So when it is processing, it will show you the value for that variable into your log that it is extracting as San Diego with this city as an example. If you want to see specific variable where you are applying a format, so city with quotation, so it will show city with quotation marks. Okay, so it is dollar quote 22 dot. It is the format which you are applying where it applies quotation giving its exact width. But in case if you want to check the values been extracted while processing your data for all the variables, you know, you use this keyword underscore all underscore. So it gives you the contents of your pdv from your from the SAS memory into log when it is processing for every variable. So we know these are your default temporary variables in pdv. This is for the number of iteration and this is where the error has occurred. It's showing you 0, that means it's nowhere a data or a syntax error. It's a data error where we are looking out. Hence, it's not a syntax error. So value is 0, right? Okay. So we know what does this tells. So it's the number of times the data step is iterated. Display debugging messages for some number iterations of your data step. You can use this if you want to see for a specific iteration cycle, only that iteration cycle message. You can use this also in your coding. And this is, you know, it is initiated with Boolean expression 0 or 1. If error occurs, the value is 1. If no error, it is 0. You can also display debugging message when error message occurs. Okay, now they're asking you to answer this poll by opening this activity for lesson 6A02 by making use of this temporary two variables in this data step. It's telling you insert the statements to display the values for underscore n underscore and underscore error underscore in the first three iterations of your data step. Submit and view log. What code did you add to the program to display the values? So it's telling you want to see only these two variables information. So how will give the instructions in this data step to see only first three data step instructions. You don't want to see all the data set of input data has been executed. You just want to see first three iterations. Now what is this underscore null underscore? It's telling that the set statement will work only in a data step. You're not creating any new data set. We just want to see the iterations of this data step into set, into your from your data step into log. Hence, you're writing underscore null underscore that do not create any new data set, but process this data step to process your set statement. All right, understood what this underscore null underscore is doing here?
Yes.
Yeah, but what we will get when
So
we
what
Yeah,
they are telling
box.
you to open this code
correct.
and you want to see only three iterations or three steps of your data step or only from input data set, it should process only first three rows.
Okay,
So
three
how
of
instructions you will give with the help of these two temporary variables from your pdv, how you'll use this in your coding to see only first three rows of your data step getting processed.
Okay.
So how you will write it?
Observation is equal to no. In bracket you will get ob.
Try it out. Try it out.
Okay.
Try it if it's working.
206 AO2.
0680. Oh,
Mhm. Yeah. Observation is not working.
What happened?
No, it's giving me error. I did observation, first three observation we want.
Hmm.
So selected that OBS 3 and
Mm.
put log. I just added underscore n, n underscore n, comma, underscore error underscore. But it's giving
Hmm.
me error.
And for me, they are in log. The the option OBS is not valid in this contest. It's like that. Might be because data underscore null means.
I gave this one. I'll show you in the chat. I put this, but it's giving me error. That for n and a, that.
But we could not put observation in set statement. Huh?
We can, no? We did one. We did this before also.
I tried both in front of data and in set statement also, but it's not working.
I'll check my errors. Because it's in
We
blue.
should
That
do
means-
put log underscore all underscore, right?
no, they want error and n, no?
Yeah, but when we do all, automatically it will get.
No, but what they said they want in that these two. That's what they said. That's what I think. I don't know. The question was that
Anyways,
they want to see.
observations are not getting so.
Oh, okay.
So this is what you're getting for first three observations
No,
in
I
your
did
log.
a little bit.
I got all.
So this is how you should have written OBS equal to 3 and put log underscore all
Yeah, I
underscore.
tried.
So
What I
this you'll
thought,
get this variable.
what I thought, the n and error they want differently. So I put instead of all, I put n underscore n and error underscore error. So I think that got wrong.
No. They were telling that you want to see only data set which is getting processed. You want to see only first three rows getting executed. So how you will make use of these two variables in your code to see it. So either you write OBS equal
Yes,
to
I
use
That
got
I
this.
that.
did, yeah.
Yeah, see, just now I told Meena that we should put all
All, yeah.
underscore all underscore.
Hmm.
Yeah, so the observation is working here, right?
Yeah, working. It is before also we tried that.
All right. So this was one way. So this is what they have also given. that either you want to see only these two variables, you can use like this, or you can write if underscore n underscore is less than equal to 3.
Oh,
Then
see,
put log this.
the second one, the in alternate solution, they put n
Yeah.
underscore n, but is
So
equal.
what? So yes. So what you can do is here, instead of all, you can also write variable equal to and
Oh,
underscore error
Oh, okay.
we have to mention equal
underscore
to me now in
equal
Is
between.
to.
equal to,
Yes.
yeah.
So
Because I
then it
just,
will
I
give
think you
its
put
values.
comma.
I think
So
I
this
put
is what
comma.
it was telling. See.
Okay.
So with put log, we are saying only these two variable values. So this is what it's telling for 3 iteration cycles. These
I
are the
think best
values.
way put log underscore all underscore, right?
Yeah, that is what it will by default give you from this data set, the variables also, and
Yeah.
this also. But if you want to see only specific two variables, you can write it this way.
Yeah,
So it
for
has,
specific anyways we mention observation is equal to 3, right?
no, that is for the
Yes,
three
yes.
rows only. That is three
Yes.
observations. They
Hmm.
want these variables, this n and a, that is two a
Correct.
variable.
So either which way they were telling, if you can also use this, it is less than equal to 3. This is what the alternate they have given.
Hmm.
Then put
Hmm.
use this put log like this.
Okay.
So even if you use this statement,
First three observation we will get, right?
right now
No.
it's giving everywhere all this. So it should give only this, right?
Yeah.
So
Uh, uh, did they then yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, two separate they created.
Yeah.
Hmm. This is another way we can do.
All right.
Hmm.
Mm.
So that's what it's telling, that to display the values of underscore n underscore and underscore error underscore in the first 3 data step iterations, submit your data statements in this way. You will get this in your log. So use underscore and underscore to execute put log on the first 3 iterations of data step, or you can also use obs equal to process only 3 observations. So any which one you can use it. Okay. So they are also trying to tell you that we are getting introduced to another data set option, data step option, which is end equal to option, which creates a temporary variable that acts as an end of the file indicator. So you can also use that if it's last. That means you're using this option into your input data without parenthesis. Okay, the syntax is without parenthesis. This is the option where you can create a temporary variable. Now you can give the name of the variable any which you want. Either you write only the alphabet A or XY or YZ. Okay, so it will create this as a variable in your PDV, and this will have two values. Boolean expression again, 0 or 1. So what does this indicate is whenever this data set is processing the last observation, this end equal to data set option will create a variable which will have the value. If it is the last observation, the value will be 1. If it is not the last observation, the value will be 0. So in case if you are writing some processing and you want to stop or terminate your data step, you can immediately write that if last is equal to 1, then do you can give the additional statements. So this is one way of logical way of looking for how your data step is processing for a specific last observation when it occurs, and you want to process when it's only the last observation, it should process the specific statement. All right. So understand here. So you can also use it as end equal to last obs. If your underscore n underscore is 1, then you're asking SAS to put a statement in log with put log telling its first iteration. If it is the last observation, how it will come to know it's a last observation? When your last OBS value is 1. By default, it's treating as 1 because you're writing if last OBS, that means it's equivalent to 1. Then do give this statement and also give all the contents of your data variable getting processed. So this is what you see in log. The first iteration started and the values of your variables when it is the last observation being processed from your input data. Now, donate has total 16 observations, hence your data step is processing 16 times, and see the value for last OBS is equal to 1. Why 1? Because you have given this as a set data set option as end equal to, you've created a variable telling last OBS. So because the current observation is the 16th observation, which is the last from your input data set donate, its last OBS, is it the last observation value? Yes, hence the value is 1. So it's just an introduction for you that you are having this information end equal to last observation being introduced to you because you may have certain scenarios in your business scenario in upcoming whatever work you'll be doing, where in case if you're processing the last observation, how you'll indicate SAS in your programming, then when it occurs to the last data set observation, it should process a specific statement. So this is where you get introduced giving this information. So in our example also, in case I set this end equal to, if I give this name as XYZ, okay, not necessary as Y, okay. So I write here, it should also give me the value for XYZ equal to. So it will create this temporary variable XYZ into your PDV also, and it will give the value. Now, because XYZ is everywhere 0, why? Because your input data donate is processing and it's not coming to its last observation. Hence, for this iteration number 3, its XYZ value is still the 0. Getting it? But in case using here, if I use the same option in my previous example, where I'm using OBS is equal to 3 and I write here end option and I use this XYZ equal to. Now check how it's giving into log. Why it's giving here 1?
Because we selected the third one is the last one. That's why.
Yes, because we are asking SAS that donate should be
Only three
processed only
observations.
with 3 observations. So when the third observation has been processed, it's treating it as the last observation. Hence its value is taking its 1. Rest all values is 0.
Zero.
Okay.
Mm.
So this is one which you can use for debugging the techniques. That's it. Nothing much into this.
But
So
like in scenario, regular scenario, do we have to use put log this time?
yes, yes, you will get certain scenarios where you will be using this and equal to dataset option. Okay.
Generally, this put log statement we have to use when we have to find out error, right?
Yes, you have to debug if you have any errors.
Logical error.
So yes. So moving back to our certain current scenario. Okay. So do we have this demo open here? Have they given this demo?
206.0.
Yeah. Illustrate this demonstration D02. So D02. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Program with incorrect output. So see, you have a data step where you are processing your data. See here, you are extracting from address 3, city, state, and zip code. So city is correctly coming, but state and zip is incorrect. If you check your log, you find there is no errors.
Mm.
Okay, your data step is freely processing without stopping anywhere, and it's telling so many observations have been processed, and this new data set is created with so many observations and variables. So looking at the syntax is all appropriate, there is no issue, right?
Mm.
Then when you see the output also, for this output which we have created, it's incorrect. So report is incorrect, right? Then they are here introducing using putlog statement to identify the error. So they are creating new variables. So the length for the new variables they have provided. They are using putlog n equal to 1. So you're writing this putlog statement initially when it is processing this. Why? Because in log it will give you when it's attrition 1, it's looking for your country. So you're telling if find in address 3 only for those values with US if it's true. Okay, we know what find is doing. It will find for only this value in address, and it will process only those observations from your data for address values contains US. So put log will give you the message in log telling wherever it's finding US, it will put you this statement. And then it's moving ahead with this. So let's see how it's working with put log in log window. Output is still incorrect. Why? Because we have not corrected anything, but they have just shown you that how putlog is working. See? So moving up right from here, when putlog n equal to 1, so it's giving currently it's iteration 1. You are telling putlog looking for country. So you're telling looking for country. So you are writing find in your address wherever there is US country. If it is true, then only process this observation. If it's not US, that means this find is not equal to 0. That means it will not work on the condition, correct? So it's telling for this current value in first iteration, it's finding the value is US. Okay, so which data set we are working currently? Input data, it is telling is set Orion dot mailing list. So let's first understand this data Orion dot mailing list.
The first one I got it, Ashwini, the putlog underscore n is equal to. But
One
why we
sec.
are giving putlog in bracket that name?
So just a second. It's just for you to making you understand that
Yeah.
which finding it's guiding us in log when you are looking. Okay, so in address 3, is it the value for country US true? Yes. Hence, it was telling with this current demo. So it's just for us to understand when we are looking into log, because if we don't write these statements, we won't understand what we are looking for. Okay, so it's just for us for guidance, step by step, that you are looking for the country US, and if it is found in with this expression, it should put into log this statement found US. So because it is found US, it is extracting state and zip. So because of this instructions, it is extracting city, state, zip. So you see this. Then again, it's finding for the values or looking out for the value for country. So it's finding it is in iteration number 3. That means in the third observation. So here
Mm.
its second observation is AU, in
Oh.
third observation is US. Hence, it's for us to understand in log when you are looking. That is why we put this into your program. So what they are trying to tell you is that this is what you can make use of your put log statement with these statements to guide you into log when you're looking out for the value. This will help you how you are actually looking out. If you don't write, it's all fine.
Yeah, but why we are using putlog to find out error, right?
Yeah. So they are telling you that this is how it's step by step they are giving you the information. So
Hmm.
this was first code. Now they are telling Use a format with putlog to help identify the error. So use OBS equal to
Okay.
limit processing the first OBS. So now we know the input data set has 424 rows. So we have so many rows coming into log. So why don't we just limit the observations only with 10 and understand how all this put log is working to look out with your values with errors. So you're limiting with OBS with equal to 10. The same thing it's processing. Now you're including putlog to understand when it is extracting the state value, you are applying the format of dollar quote 4 dot. And for zip, you're applying a format of dollar quote 7 dot. That means it will add the quotation marks for your values with a specific width. So let's see
So in
how,
Putlog also we can apply the formats.
yeah, so that's what if you remember the earlier examples of putlog, how you can use it. So this was one way you can write these statements, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second way, you can give the variable equal to, and while processing the variable is created in PDV, its value is written in log. In case if you want to apply a quotation value for your variable, you use this format, it will give these quotations when your values are extracting for your city.
But
All right.
this will be displayed in only Putlog or in
Only
output,
in log, only in log to check the values.
not in the output, right?
No, 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 only in log. So see
Okay.
what you can see,
Mm-hmm.
the values have been extracted, but see it's coming with quotation. But if you observe carefully, your values are extracting correctly with two letters here with leading blank.
Because we
Hmm.
gave the length.
No, 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 it's not because of length. Here also your zip is getting extracted, but it's coming with leading blank. Same goes here, same goes here. So in case if we want to see this information, what we can do is we use data underscore null underscore set Orion dot mailing list. We use putlog only for your variable address 3. We'll just check this variable values and we'll see only for few observations because we know it's too huge data set, only with first 5 observations. So see what is happening in your data itself for this variable Miami hyphen day comma, after comma you have leading space with state value. After
Mhm.
comma you have a leading space with zip. That is why when you was extracting this information in this data step, you was getting F and you was getting the zip with only 4 digits with the leading space, the
Right.
information you have not provided here.
Mm.
Okay. That's how
Are
we
you getting it?
found out the error.
Mm.
Yes, so that is what it's helping us with this quotation marks that it is having leading space. Got it? So
Yeah.
when we use this type of quotes with this information in log, it's telling it's extracting the values, but it's having, so this was having leading spaces, correct?
So now it's not game because of length we provide here.
So what we can change in
No,
our
this I've corrected. I used the left function. This was the correct code.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now they're telling they're using left function on your column. So what they're doing is they are after extracting from scanning second word, they
Hmm.
are using left function. After scanning from address the third word, they are using left function. So earlier with this example where there is no left function, it was showing you the leading space.
Yeah, so we found out that there is a leading space and then we get to
So
know
we
that what
found
is
that
the
because
error.
of leading space, yes, it
Yeah,
was not extracting it correctly.
correctly.
So with
We
this
used left.
upcoming demo, it is showing you that now you are including a left function to remove leading space. So
Mm.
you are scanning it and you are using left function.
And
So when
if
you
we are using left function and we don't give the length 2, that state 2 length, still it will be taking.
length by default, it will take 8 bytes.
Yeah. Okay.
See, all zip values are coming, all state values are taking,
Okay.
but now state C by default, its length is 200 bytes. Why? If you remember,
Yeah,
scanning function, whenever we use, it is
it's
going
hidden
to
mention. Yeah.
give 200 bytes. So that is why we are specifying only the specific length. Got it? No,
Okay.
it was here now somewhere. Yeah, so here only. Fine.
Mhm.
All right. So this was the. Now you remove your program with all put lock statements and execute it, and you'll get the correct output.
Okay.
So this is how with put log you have debugged the logical error and you are getting the exact output.
Mm.
Understood?
Yeah.
This is how put log is used.
But
So
we
I
need
would
to practice this syntaxes
yeah,
to.
you open this demonstration, which is D02, and read every program, read it, execute it, check it, and they have given all this explanation also. So you can go ahead and work on it.
Mm. Ashwini, anyways, after that we have to log off, or
What is the time? 10:30? No,
it's
we'll take proper 2 hours today.
12:30. Okay.
Yes.